What is happening, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, well, I've been getting a lot of questions about my Street Glide, so I'm going to answer a lot of those questions today, hopefully, so stay tuned. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. Welcome back, YouTube family, friends, and loved ones. For you new people who are just coming in to see what this video is about, look, hang around, watch a few videos, you may enjoy it. I've had a lot of questions about this 2011 Street Glide, but before I get into that, let me explain just a tickle about what my channel is about. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, reviews, unboxings, how-tos, you name it, and I do it here. I do mechanic work, I do it all. So I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but see, I don't like to be pigeonholed in that one area. And a lot of people do, but I don't. I want to be able to do a lot of different things. But all of that to say this is Bad LSX Garage, and I'm Chris. I hope you stick around. It's nice to meet you. For you OGs, let's keep rocking. So anyway, about my 2011 Street Glide. I bought this, I believe, 2019. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Sevier County in Tennessee. Now, if you know where Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and all that area is, the actual dealership was called Kodak Harley Davidson. And I think it just has recently changed names, and I think it's now called Thunderhead Harley Davidson, but it's still in the same location. It's in Sevier County, Tennessee. And Larry Blair was actually my salesman. God rest his soul. I just recently, within like a year, found out that he had passed away. I'd stopped in to actually talk to him about my bike and show him pictures and stuff of what I'd done to it and how far it's came. And I'd found out that he had passed away, not from a motorcycle incident or nothing, that just life, you know, and it hurt my soul a little bit. It bothered me, honestly. Enough with that. Let's get back to the Street Glide. It's not a special or anything like that. One of the first things I done when I got it home was change the bars. A lot of you guys also know that ride a lot. When you do ride a lot, that old shoulder, you get to burning. So you realize I need some bars. So that's the first thing that I done, and I can't justify giving as much money as they want to have bars put on, so I've learned to do everything on this motorcycle myself, everything. Now, myself, I work on cars and trucks. I've never really messed with motorcycles much, but for the price, I learned. And these bars, I believe, honestly, I can't totally remember, but I believe they're khromewerks. They're rated as a 10-inch bar, but the actual description of them said they're 2 inches bigger than what they're actually claiming, and they actually are. They're a 12-inch bar. So I got those on. Once I got those on, I realized, wait a minute, I can't see out of my mirrors. What's going on? I can't see. So my first rendition is I bought the KST drop brackets. They actually come down and then they hang down about right here. Well, you can't move them. They're where they are, and that's as much as you can do with them. Well, I was okay with it for a while because that's all there was. But then, for some reason, I was like, you know, I think I'm going to look around and see what else I may find. I may even put mirrors up on the bars. I really don't like that look, but, I mean, I'm just not digging this down here. I can't really see that well out of them. So then I'm trying to think what kuryakyn, I can't pronounce that name, kuryakyn. Anyway, I found these on their site, and these are actually adjustable, guys. You mount them up kind of the same way, and you can adjust them. You can put them here. You can put them either direction you want. You can stick them up here if you would like, but they're directional, and I really love that. They clear really good, and they still look like a factory sort of deal. So I was really pleased with that. These was already on the bike. I'm not sure what brand these really are, but they come in really handy. If you don't have any of these, I would recommend getting some. But if you don't want a lot of wind on you, this blocks a lot of that wind. And if you're out on the road and you actually need some more wind coming your way, well, I mean, it's like a cozy wing for motorcycles is what I call it. I've looked at headlights and gosh, we all know the prices, guys. They're outrageous. The day makers, they're beautiful. And I'm not saying they're not worth the money, but I there's some things I got to justify whether I'm really going to spend that much money on, and I couldn't. So this is one of those Amazon specials. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll try to look up, and if I can find it, I'll put it up somewhere where the link to it. But it's an Amazon special. It does have the halo around it. I could turn on the lights, but you're not going to be able to see it. But this changes all different colors around the halo. The light is pretty bright. A lot of reviews that I read said it wasn't. A lot of reviews said it was. But I myself personally, I've not had any major problems out of it. It's been pretty good in my opinion. On your turning signals, I have their Eaglelights. I think that's what the name of those are. They are running light. They're white when they're running. When you go to turning signal, they change over to the amber color. So I believe, and that's front and back, they're amber, Eaglelights. Crash bar is factory. Front fender, you guys just seen me put it on XFMT, I believe is what it's called. It's also an Amazon special, but you can look them up other places also. Very nice fender. I can't complain about it. I've also seen a lot of bad reviews and good reviews. But I mean, that's with anything. Doctors, car lots, whatever. You can find good and bad in everything. These lights, they're motorcycle running lights. They have high, low beam, and they have like a strobe feature. They are also Amazon special. I run them on the frame of the motorcycle, and I don't have nothing to say bad about those either, to be honest. I've been running those probably 2 years. Just seen me put the windshield on, wind vest. It already had a wind vest windshield on it when I bought the motorcycle, and I was extremely pleased with it. So that's exactly what I went back with. It has the curvature. I'm sure I went through all this with you before on the last video with about putting the windshield on. But it's a great windshield. Now your hand grips and handles and all that is all the factory. I left it all the same. I don't have any problems with that whatsoever. I have the Hogtunes amp. I have the Hogtunes speakers, and I'll also have these as Hogtunes. It was a plug and play setup. Again, nothing bad to say about it. I never adjusted the amp. I never adjusted anything. I slapped it in there, put it together, wired it up, slapped everything back on, and it rocks. I mean, it's super loud, super clear. Again, nothing bad to say about that either. Amazon cup holder, I believe it's Lixin, L-I-X-I-N. The shift linkage are notorious for breaking on factory. You know, the pivot points, they like to break, I believe, up in here. So I also replaced this. This is also an Amazon special. This actually had a hill shifter on it. I'm not partial to the hill shifter, so I took it off. And this is also Amazon. I know, I'm really not sure what that is. That's not Amazon, but I'll have to look that up if I can find it. There's a lot of things I've tried to find here for this video and I can't find, and I think this was actually one of them. But if you don't like your heel toe shifter, I would definitely get one of those and put it on there. It definitely works and is good, and it's sturdy, and there's no, you know, it's solid. And here's a word from our sponsor. Look, guys, if you've not subscribed yet, you need to go subscribe. I understand not everybody wants to hear dinging all hours of the day and night. And then you got your boyfriend or girlfriend up in your face. Who's that? What do they want? What are they doing? How come they're texting you at this hour of the night? Look, it's not that. It's just me putting out a video. So if that kind of stuff bothers you, look, there's settings in there. You could go in there and turn those settings off. And then when I put out a video, you're still subscribed. It still notifies you. But there's not that ding. And then you've got somebody going, hey, what's that? Why are they doing that? Why? Look, all I want is you to subscribe to my channel. That's it. It helps us YouTube creators out. And don't think that I don't watch and look. I see every one of you. I've got more lookers than I've got subscribers. Do you want to be a looker or do you want to be a subscriber? I want you to be a subscriber. So let's get back to the live action. Now the derby cover. On your derby cover here and the timing cover, but it's fake. You know, it's fake. It also is an Amazon special, but I have seen these also on the Kuryakyn website, so they're there as well. Look there. Now, what? Can you tell much difference? It's Amazon special, guys. The back floorboards are Amazon specials, and they look dead on. I've had them for probably almost 2 years. There again, nothing bad that I can say about it. The bags are advanblack. They are a 4.5 inch stretch bag. If I had to do over, I would have went with the new style bags. I wasn't thinking. I really hadn't done a lot of research on that at the time, and I just got the pre-Rushmore bags. Like I said, if I would have thought differently, I would have got the newer bags because of the lids. I would have got the actual lids. It's got the little lever here, and you know what I'm saying. For you Harley owners, you know what I'm saying. But there's nothing wrong with these bags at all. Advanblack, and they match perfect. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Advanblack either. Same with their extended fender. Now, I could have left my original fender. I believe it come up to about right where that crease is at. I don't know if you can see the crease, but that's about where my stock fender stopped. So this came with the tri-bar. Did not come with the light, but it did come with, you know, the provision to put the light in. It just looks cleaner. It just looks a whole lot better. Again, eaglelights, like I said, in the rear on their turning signals. These are customdynamics. They are very bright. They are, I wanted something in your face because you guys know the more you're lit up, the better. I would actually like to get the turning signal blades, and I will eventually. Small things at a time, guys. Just work with me here. But these are definitely a lifesaver. I also got the strobe with them. It's also a custom dynamics where when you hit your brakes, you've got different modes that you can actually make them strobe to. Tab performance mufflers. Oh my gosh, I'm ecstatic with them. Loud pipes save lives, and you're definitely going to hear me coming for sure. It does have for the tour pack. Obviously, I've got the tour pack over there. Again, guys, it's the Chop tour pack with the, what is that? The King pillar on it. You know, with the luggage rack. It's Amazon special. Nothing major with it either. Seat is the factory Harley seat, and there's a couple of videos. Well, you'll have to go back and dig for it, but I actually put spray foam in this, guys, and filled it up. And this is one of the best seats I've ever had in my life. This is a 96 cubic inch motor. It's not a powerhouse. In fact, before I put the cam in it, it was a dog, to be honest, with 2 up. 1 up, it was okay, but 2 up, it was a little, it had some drag to it. So I jumped in her and put, it's got Andrews 48H cams in it. I've got S&S adjustable push rods and fueling lifters, fueling tensioners, front and back, new chains. So pretty much all of that area is fresh. You've got your Screaming Eagle high flow air filter. I found it at Facebook Marketplace. Hey, secondhand stuff's okay sometimes, guys. Just look at it and make sure it's what you want, and make sure it fits your bike. You don't want to buy a bunch of stuff that doesn't fit. Front wheel, Costo Moto front wheel. It's a 3D Largo. Again, also secondhand. The gentleman I'd bought it from, I'd actually looked on Craigslist. That was another big thing that I wanted to change, was the wheel. I wanted to go with a 21 inch. I had to have a 21, So I found a 21 on Craigslist. The gentleman had the wheel, tire, everything. He had he had rode his bike to Sturgis, actually, and they were set up at Sturgis. I don't know when, but he had rode his bike there, had it all switched over and everything, got it back home and said he hated it, said he just couldn't stand it, said it, and he was an older gentleman. And I mean, it's what you get used to, honestly, with that. I've got a lot of things that I could say about that, but right now we'll talk about this. So I got that wheel super cheap, wheel and tire. I mean, like stole it cheap, and it set the bike off drastically. It didn't so much until I put that front fender on it. They go hand in hand, guys. If you really want to show off that wheel, you have to get the smaller, thinner fender in order to show it off. In my opinion, now, we all have opinions. But real quick, a 21-inch wheel. A lot of people says, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay. At first, I thought that too after I put it on, because like, oh man, I messed my bike up. What'd I do? But it's just like anything else. It's what you get used to. So if you're used to riding one with an 18, 19-inch wheel, really a 19 between a 19 and 21 isn't that much difference, to be honest. But it does feel different, especially slow speeds. I mean, if you're taking twisties and stuff, I can't tell any difference myself. But slow speeds, parking lot maneuvers, it's a little tricky. But you get used to it. You learn, you adapt. I couldn't see going any bigger really than a 21, even though I would like it to, in a way, to go to a 23. I believe 21 is the limit for the way I ride, just my personal opinion. Now, to go with that, it had a rake to it, and even though it looks sick, guys, I'm not a very, very tall guy. I'm only 5'9", so I was tippy-toeing just a smidge, even with boots on. So it had a rake to it, but it looked sick. And I think that was also a part of the contributing factor to the slow speeds, I believe. So I came back home, got back online, done some more research. I've got Progressive's, the drop-in spring cartridges in here lowered. So I'm lowered about 1 3/4 inches in the front. That's the reason there's not much gap between here. It is lowered in the front. And I've got the dirty air in the rear. So I mean, I have a flip of a switch right here. No, she's not laid out, but she's laid down. It rides great, guys. I've never had a bit of problems out of the ride. I've rode the Dragon. You guys have been there. I've rode it all around Virginia, West Virginia. You guys have been there. I've been everywhere in Kentucky. You guys have been there with a lot of it. Not a bit of problems, guys. It goes, it hooks, and it does what it needs to do. Also a helmet lock that came from Harley. I also have the, which I can't show you right now, but I also have the locks that goes back here for your tour pack. That's on your tour pack. When you latch them, they lock. They actually work really well. A lot of people says, your bike is freaking loud. Well, the cam and the tabperformance, yeah, it helped it a lot. But I've also gutted the converter. Don't forget about the quad lock. I had to put the quad lock on it. Absolutely love that as well. So I hope I answered the questions. I hope I scratched that itch of the people who's asking me questions about what's done to my motorcycle, what's this, what's that. I've tried to answer all the comments. I've tried to answer some of the emails that I have got, but look, sometimes you just can't. You've got to decipher through the haters and see what's what and who's who and who's real and who's not. And it is what it is. Hopefully I got to everything. I'm pretty sure I did. Like I don't give any, if I don't like something, I'll tell you guys. If it's a bad review on something, I'll tell you guys. I don't like it, and this is why. Everything that I've put on this motorcycle, I've absolutely loved. The only thing, and this is not a bad thing, guys. It's not. This is a preference thing. It's not a issue with the product. It's nothing. The only thing that I wish that I hadn't done was the KST drop brackets. The first time I had them, the ones that was down here, and it's a preference thing. I spent like I think the drop brackets are like $349 or something like that, delivered to your house. And these from Kuryakyn are, I think, half of that, cheaper. So I wish I would have found these first. I just hate that I spent that much money. Again, nothing wrong with the product. Those KSP drop brackets, there was absolutely nothing wrong with. It just wasn't pleasing to my eyes for this motorcycle. That was it. That was the only issue. But other than that, everything that I've done to this bike, I'm absolutely in love with. I mean, I love it. I don't think you could, I don't know. This is the bike that I envisioned when I seen it on the showroom floor. This is it. This is what I seen. My wife was like, well, why didn't you just buy the bike that you done? Because you can't. You have to customize it to your likings. You have to customize it to you. Not to everybody else, but to you. That's from the seat to the handlebars to everything. You have to customize them to you. I can't say that enough. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And like always, guys, peace. I'm out.